Okay, so this is kind of a funny story. The other morning I was over at Keen Coffee, and by the way, if you're a coffee person, Keen Coffee on 17th Street is way better than like Starbucks or anything like that. Just, if you're into coffee, you probably already knew that though. Anyway, so the other morning I'm over at Keen, and I wait in line, I order my cup of coffee, I go over to the side where I'm waiting for my order, and I hear, "Hey Scott." I turn around, there's two women having a cup of coffee and talking together. They're both former clients of mine. And so the first one said my name, I said hi back to her. And she said, "Oh my gosh, you remember my name?" I said, "Of course, yeah." And the other one said, "Hi, Scott," and I said her name, and she said, "Oh, you remember me too?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And they both looked at each other and they said, "Have you worked with Scott?" And they both said yes to each other. And the first one said, "Well, what did you do?" And she said, "Well, remember about a year ago I put on that weight? Scott helped me lose almost 25 pounds using hypnosis so I could get back to the diet and exercise program that works for me." She goes, "Oh, that's so cool. Scott helped me like 4 or 5 years ago. I got that promotion at work and I started freaking out and I got all this anxiety, and the hypnosis helped me to overcome that so that I could just do my job well and still have, fun and enjoy my life." They're like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I said, "Oh, I'm glad you guys are still enjoying the changes and I'm glad you guys are happy." And they said, "How come," to each other, they said, "How come you didn't tell me you were seeing a hypnotist?" And the first one said, "Well, I didn't want to tell anybody until I actually lost the weight. Right? I wanted to lose the weight. I didn't want to, seem crazy or needy or desperate or weird." And the other one said, "Yeah, I felt embarrassed to tell people I was getting anxious. I thought it was a sign of weakness, so I just didn't tell anybody." And they both asked me, "Did you know that we knew each other?" And I said to them what I say a lot. Newport's a small community, right? I mean, a lot of us know each other. It's a pretty small place. And I've been seeing clients here every day for 12 years. So statistically, you know somebody that I've worked with, and you don't know it. Because I'm good at keeping secrets, and apparently so is your friend. Your friends have been getting results. Your neighbor has been getting results. That person that you've played golf with, that person that you've been at work with for a bunch of years, and all of a sudden you notice the change, how'd they do it? Well, maybe hypnosis. So my point in saying this is there are all these people silently becoming more successful, happy versions of themselves. And they're not telling you how they're doing it. They're not telling you why they're doing it. They're not telling you any of that. But this is one of the places where that happens. Quietly, behind closed doors, without a lot of signage, at the Newport Clinic, we're helping people. And it's really fun. And I promise I'm not going to tell anybody. But we might run into each other at coffee or something else, and it might come up. You're allowed to tell anybody you want about how you got these results. I'm going to stay quiet. And in that way, we're going to help the most people we can. So thanks for watching this video. Kind of a fun little story. And if you're one of the people that I've worked with in the past that hasn't told anybody, maybe now's the time to let people know. Obviously, you don't have to, but now might be the time, because these two women started doing exactly that. These two women started, now that once they both knew, they both started saying, "You know who we need to send is Carrie." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, Carrie would love this." "Oh, you know who else we need to send is your husband. Yeah, your husband's got to stop smoking." And they started coming up with this list of people that could get improvements by going through some hypnotherapy. And maybe you've got a list of people in your life that could have the same results. And maybe there's people that you know that you like that you could, quietly or loudly share with them the success that you found and see if it can help them too. So just a little food for thought. I hope you're having a great day. And by the way, we're still here and we're not going anywhere. So if you need anything, feel free to let us know.